Namaste, Hare Krishna, and welcome to this eclipse video. Why mind shifts matter during eclipse? Lunar eclipses are not just some sky show. They are actually what I call as mind recalibrators. In Vedic astrology, the moon rules the mind, the manas. It also rules our emotions. It rules our memory. So when it is shadowed by the shadow planet Rahu, the North Node, the usual emotional program that we all carry is interrupted temporarily. Old reflexes can loosen up and then the insights can emerge. So it's actually a great opportunity to reset, rewire, reprogram. And you get this window of opportunity, several weeks, to rewrite inner scripts. So eclipses are extremely powerful to reset karma. So here's the thing. Eclipses don't just install the new program. They don't. They actually clear the space because there's always free will. Okay, astrology works because there's free will. They clear the space, and what fills that space depends on your conscious choices. So if you choose faith over fear, if you choose discipline over drifting away and spacing out, if you choose truth over comfort, then that shift will become permanent. So that's why eclipses are emphasized so much. The change will become permanent and it'll become elevating. If not, then the old patterns can re-enter. Once the light returns, the same patterns will get stuck. So this is why awareness plus intentional practice is critical during eclipse window. And I will be sharing some tips how to read this eclipse for all of us, general, as community, humanity, and individually. So this lunar eclipse happens in Pisces. So I'm using tropical rashis and sidereal nakshatras. So it's happening in the Purva. So what does that mean? This Purva Bhadrapada nakshatra, it symbolizes fire. And it's not just any fire. It's actually the fire that can burn away falsehood, burn away some delusions. It gives strength to the austerities that we are doing. It brings integrity and it gives the courage to end what's out of dharma. In Vedic astrology, an eclipse again is not just an event, it's a kind of interruption. So there are some external interruptions and disturbances, but then if we can take advantage of this flow of light being interrupted, we can actually rewrite our future. So if you're working on yourself very deeply, this pause can give you a very rare opening. This upcoming lunar eclipse that's happening September 7th, and also solar eclipse that's happening on 21st of September. I'll be making a video on that as well. So this window of opportunities is immense, and it's a very rare eclipse as well. So why nakshatra matters here? Because this particular deity who rules Purva Bhadrapada, they carry certain themes. So first theme, like I mentioned, was purification through fire. Fire means burning away illusions, burning away hypocrisy, and working on those hidden feelings. Unresolved emotional matters can surface so that it can be healed, so we can reflect and close that chapter. So another theme is austerity. We are all performing one or another kind of austerity, consciously or subconsciously. So simplifying to what truly matters, this is another theme that can be very useful. Truth and integrity is also another theme. Living without double standards, that's also Purva Bhadrapada. And the courage to end what's out of dharma, not useful anymore, not beneficial anymore. So it's also about closing cycles. This eclipse that's happening is helping us to close cycles, those things that no longer serves the soul's purpose. This means the shift you make under this eclipse are not just cosmetic or superficial or external. They are karmic course corrections, actually, moving you towards greater authenticity, the fulfillment, and whatever it is that you are aiming for soul's development. So the change can be sudden or gradual, depending on your astrological chart, etc. But it always has a pattern. So let's talk a little bit about how to apply this. So on the 3 levels, ascendant, the external house of life. Okay, ascendant is your first house, basically. So the external aspects of life, those changes which are visible to others, about your life. Then there is the moon sign. Moon sign is the emotional pattern. It's how you feel. It's those emotional triggers. It's the healing that's happening inside you. It's beneath the surface. And then there is the sun sign. When the eclipse is affecting the sun sign, then the recalibration of identity, because sun is all about, it's the Atmakaraka planet. So everything that's connected to your identity, your purpose, your direction in life, clarity, your vision, your career, because this eclipse is actually an opportunity to direct you in the right path. So in the Purva Bhadrapada Nakshatra, the theme, because it's purification through fire, different aspects of your life could be purified. So like I mentioned, truth, austerity, integrity, these will be the general themes. And then there'll be specific themes specifically for your Swadharma as well. So this nakshatra, it doesn't do surface level edits. It burns out the roots of old karma, and it gives opportunity for new dharmic growth so that it can emerge. So to know when and how this reset will work for you, we can look at it from these three lenses that I just mentioned. Ascendant sign, that's your rising sign. We look at the external areas of your life where changes might come, the ups and downs. So what ascendant shows is it tells which house the eclipse is falling in, and then meaning the tangible, the visible life area that will experience changes between 3 to 6 months' time. Now, the psychological connection to ascendant is this. The house, again, it's not just about events that is going to happen. It's actually linked to a deeper psychological drive. For example, if the eclipse is in your 10th house, it's not just about your external career, also about how you define achievement, what you define as success, what you define as fulfillment. So if you're trying to understand what is going to be happening in your external life, how to apply this, to watch the ascendant section for real world changes, decisions, external changes, and you'll see shifts play out in relationships, work, home, whatever is the area of life. And your moon signs, these will reflect emotional patterns, triggers, inner healing. So what that shows is the moon describes your inner world. So how you feel, how you react, and how you process life. So the eclipse here, it reveals the emotional script, essentially. Those emotional scripts that may have been running for years, often outside of your awareness on a subconscious level. And the psychological connection is these patterns usually form very early in our lives, sometimes even before taking birth, be in the womb of our mothers. Attachment styles. What kind of attachment style do you have? Do you have anxious attachment style? Are you an avoidant attachment style? Or inherited family dynamics, emotional survival strategies? So how to apply this is in the moon section, listen for the emotional trigger the eclipse may bring up for you. So it's not a setback, it's a prompt. Because when you can catch yourself in this pattern, that's the exact moment to choose whether you want to keep going on with that pattern or you want to reset it. You can choose the healing response instead of the old reflex. And then is the sun sign, identity and purpose recalibration. What it shows is the sun is your core identity. It's your purpose. It's your vision. It's also the healthy ego sense of self. So an eclipse involving the sun, it shifts how you express and how you embody your role in the world. And the psychological root is this is tied to the I am, hum, the story that you tell, the image that you hold to yourself, the values that you're leading with. Sometimes the sun has been wearing armor that's now too heavy for it. So it may be an opportunity to rethink if that's the identity that you want to hold on. So how to apply? The sun section will help you see where your sense of self is upgrading, because this isn't about abandoning who you are, okay? But it's about peeling off old labels so that your self can breathe. So if you're ready, let's get started with Aries. Aries ascendant, 12th house, physical endings, rest, retreat, behind the scenes work. Could mean that releasing projects, completing projects, may even mean relocation. It can mean foreign travel, deep solitude for spiritual growth, psychological root, nervous system addicted to doing. Then fearing stillness. So these are the themes if your ascendant is Aries. If your moon is Aries, the pattern is must-do archetype. You have this thing in you emotionally. Motion feels like safety to you. Stillness may create grief or fear. So you overextend constantly, emotionally, you're overextended. The opportunity here is you can interrupt this autopilot activity, and then you can do a reconditioning your body and your mind to rest and recover. Meditation, journaling, japa early in the morning, these are very potent forms to recalibrate, re-energize yourself. Now, if your sun is in Aries, the pattern is identity is tied to productivity. Vision is so much focused on productivity. So being seen as unstoppable equals to worth for you. So the opportunity for you in this eclipse time is rebrand strength as discernment. Show your wisdom in strategic withdrawal, knowing when to stop or knowing when to say no. Shift from I do because I must to I do this because it matters to me. So it's like a conscious way of decision making. What can be very powerful remedies, ascendant moon and sun? Aries is chanting Vishnu Sahasranam, listening to Vishnu Sahasranam early in the morning when you wake up or before going to bed. Again, connection to sun. Srimad Bhagavatam verse for you is from the first canto. No loss in giving up material duties for the Lord. Stepping back is not failure, but protection. It's a meditation verse for you to think of during this eclipse. I hope you find this useful. Good luck, Aries. Now we're moving to Taurus. Taurus ascendant, the 11th house. Taurus is your ascendant, and there's going to be some changes in social circles, network, long-term goals, or maybe even old affiliations may fade away and value-aligned alliances may appear. One thing is loyalty. Misplaced loyalty can be a theme. You may want to look at it. And if your Taurus moon, staying in misaligned circles for belonging could be a theme that will come up. Feeling a sense of belonging in people that don't actually serve your purpose. And the opportunity for you is to see emotional cost of wrong loyalty. Choosing friends that reflect your current dharma. It's very important to work on that. If your sun is Taurus, your identity to be the reliable one, to be liked by everyone may come up for you. The opportunities to stand in truth, even if approval drops by people, because this will attract right kind of people in your life. Attending kirtans can be very beneficial in these next 3 to 6 months. Listen to kirtans every day, bhajans, kirtans, offering prasadam to friends. Be very careful to eat only prasadam. Don't just eat anything and everything. Be cautious. Be true to your soul. Be true to yourself. The Srimad Bhagavatam wisdom for you is from the 3rd canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Satsanga elevates. Choose those people in your life that nourish your bhakti and those who uplift you. That's for you, Taurus. Good luck. Next is Gemini. If you're Gemini ascendant, career, public image, authority shifts, it could be a little intense for you, but it could be a change that is welcome. Focus will be shifted. There can be altered perception. The themes can be self-worth linked to recognition. And if your moon is in Gemini, the patterns can be mood swings with public approval. Sometimes you want to be out there in public, sometimes you don't want to be. So you may experience an inner child is craving for visibility as safety. And the opportunity for you will be detach worth from applause and allowing recognition without addiction to it, not seeking validation, to organically be accepting of appreciations. And if your sun is in Gemini, you are already an adaptable performer. You may be already looking at trends, and the opportunity may come for you to commit to mastery, alignment, or quick wins. You may want to invest in some kind of a skill that will be very useful for long term, because your vision can get more and more clear. Reciting Bhagavad Gita can be a very good remedy for you before work, going to work. Pick a verse of Bhagavad Gita before you go to sleep. Keep your Bhagavad Gita on the desk. It can become your mentor. It can become your connection. And a Srimad Bhagavatam for you to meditate. Message from Srimad Bhagavatam is true occupation is to please the Lord. not the masks. Okay? Remember, pleasing the Lord is the goal. Good luck, Gemini. Moving on to Cancer. If Cancer is your ascendant, re-evaluation of beliefs, higher learning, spiritual teachings, and the root for you is fear that change is betrayal. Change is not betrayal. So the moon pattern for you could be clinging to familiarity, clinging to familiar doctrines for emotional safety. And the opportunity for you can be to integrate evolving truths, which has a proper source, authentic source. And faith can grow without rejecting the past. And now, if your sun is in Cancer, the pattern can be that identity as a nurturer, as a guardian of tradition, perfectionism. Those things may come up for you, and the opportunity for you in this situation would be model curiosity or in the mode of openness, teach from ongoing learning. And the remedies for you is offering arghya to sun, or offering water to sun god every day, and studying scripture in the fresh light, making pilgrimages, doing parikrama of temples can be very beneficial during eclipse time. So for meditation, a message from Bhagavatam is Dharma must awaken love for God. Otherwise, it's just Shrama eva hi kevalam. It's just a useless waste of time. So whatever you do must awaken love for God. That's for you, Cancer. Good luck. Take care. Moving on to Leo. Leo ascendant, it's all about focus on intimacy for you this eclipse time. Share resources. And the shadow work, intimacy even with yourself will come up. And the root will be control equals safety. That could be a shadow work that you need to work on. And if your moon is in Leo, the pattern can be using control as care to avoid vulnerability. For other Leos, we have issue with vulnerability. So we may want to take a look at that. Opportunity for us could be trust and reciprocal openness as new strength. Taking a chance, being courageous, because vulnerability is a strength. And if your sun is a Leo, the pattern is identity as self-sufficient leader, hiding need. And the opportunity for you is to show power through openness, share process, not just triumphs, share the whole experience, not only victories. And the remedy for you is, again, Pitru Tarpana. The theme of ancestors is very strong for you in this eclipse period. Confide in one safe person, give to those in crisis, being generous. And a Bhagavatam message for you is from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Dhruva Maharaj, he shifted from revenge towards his stepmother, focused all his energy to devotion, which shows strength after letting go of control. Good luck, Leo. Now, moving on to Virgo. Virgo ascendant, partnerships, contract resets, and the root, the shadow work could be over-functioning to maintain bonds. This can be a theme that will come up for you because the lunar eclipse is the space between the new moon and the solar eclipse. Because it's happening in Virgo, the pattern can very much aggravate or trigger. So guilt in receiving may equate your value with fixing others. And the opportunity for you is accept care without debt. Accepting gracefully. Receiving can be a service for others, growth as well. And if your sun is in Virgo, the pattern can be identity as indispensable fixer. So the opportunity for you is be an equal partner from presence, not from overwork or overgiving. Next is remedies. Remedies can be lighting a ghee lamp. Reading the Srimad Bhagavatam 10th canto is one of the remedies. Practice accepting help without conditions. And the Srimad Bhagavatam message for you is from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. King Prithu Maharaj was so balanced. He was balanced in praise and blame. So steadiness in relationships, steadiness in goals. This is for your meditation. Good luck. Moving on to Libra. Libra ascendant, transformation in routines. Yeah, because it's happening in your 6th house. And the root is people pleasing at the cost of your health. And the moon pattern is anxiety about saying no, fear of overcommitment. So the opportunity is boundaries as devotion to longevity in service. And sun, the pattern is identity as harmonious helper, sacrificing, self-care. These are themes that are not new for you. So the opportunity here is harmony sustained by structure. Let balance be your hallmark. And the remedies are offering fruits to the Lord for the next 3 months. Also, chanting Dhanvantari mantra will give you a lot of strength because it's directly affecting your sixth house health. And regulation, fixed number of hours that you work, taking breaks. And a Srimad Bhagavatam message for you is from the third canto, Srimad Bhagavatam. Service without attachment purifies when paired with care for the body. All right? Good luck, Libra. Moving on to Scorpio. If Scorpio is the ascendant, renewal in creativity, romance, children, and the background is seriousness, and the shadow work is being always serious is not necessarily depth. You don't have to be fearful of being happy and joyful. And if Moon is in Scorpio, the pattern is withholding relaxed time, withholding play, using intensity as an armor. And the opportunity for you during this eclipse time will be to see joy as sacred, play as a spiritual practice. Okay. And if Sun is in Scorpio, the pattern is identity as intense, mysterious, over warm and relaxed and authentic being. So the opportunity for you would be magnetism grows when you warmly just belong and mingle with people. And the remedies offer some creative work for the Lord, the temple, play with children, chant while creating, while you're working, listen to bhajans. And the Srimad Bhagavatam message for you is from the 10th canto. Gopis are so happy when they listen to Krishna playing his flute because that's the highest devotion. Nothing more serious than enjoying Krishna's beautiful flute. That is for you. Moving on to Sagittarius. Sagittarius ascendants, the shift in home, family, emotional roots is very strong for you. And the shadow work is avoiding emotional stillness. You may compensate overworking by avoiding emotional connections. And if Moon is in Sagittarius, the pattern is you may escape intimacy through constant travel or activity. And the opportunity during the eclipse time could be find adventure in emotional depth and ancestral healing. And listen to the other videos that I have made, that you may find some more clues. And if your Sun is in Sagittarius, the pattern could be identity as a seeker needing forward motion. Okay. And the opportunity is inspired from a steady base. Be a lighthouse. You don't have to be a wanderer. It's okay to be in stillness. Remedies, offering milk rice to your family deity or Mahadev, Lord Shiva, Krishna, Radharani, and holding a weekly get-together with family kirtan can be very healing. And a meditation message from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto is prayers show strength. And when you are humble, it's a strength. And you can convert your home into a devotional environment. All right? That is for you. Good luck. Now moving on to Capricorn. If Capricorn is your ascendant, changes are indicated in communication, skills, siblings, and your shadow work could be harsh inner critique part of you. And if your Moon is in Capricorn, the pattern is comparison and perfectionism in thought. And the opportunity for you is replace critique with encourager. So there are two parts in you. The one who's always encouraging, and then there's the critique part. Listen to both of them and bring peace between them. And if your Sun is in Capricorn, the pattern is identity as precise authority. Delivery can be very rigid, so you may want to work on diplomacy. And the opportunity during the eclipse time is authority with patience and warmth. It's not always about rigidity. It's not always Saturn. You can use patience and you can use your warm nature. And remedies during this eclipse time can be listening to Vishnu Sahasranam every day. Avoid complaining or comparing or condescending, condemning. Also praying quietly for those people that you don't like. And this can be a very powerful shift. And a Srimad Bhagavatam message for you is from the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Dhruva Maharaj's words became blessings after realization. So speech purified by devotion can be very empowering. It's a message for you to meditate on. Good luck, Capricorn. Moving on to Aquarius. If Aquarius is your ascendant, finances, values, self-care, restructuring your life, all these themes will come up for you. And the shadow work could be neglecting yourself for collective ideals. So you may want to watch out for that. And if your Moon is in Aquarius, The pattern can be scarcity mindset, and you may face the self-neglect, which has been a thing for you, and you may be justifying that as a virtue. So now may be an opportunity to rethink that. And another opportunity is self-maintenance as a sacred duty, changing the perspective. And if your sun is in Capricorn, and if your sun is in Aquarius, the pattern is identity as selfless visionary. And the opportunity for you can be to show that personal stability empowers purpose. And the remedies for you are offering charity in temples and offering healthy foodstuffs to the Lord and also nourishing yourself. And the Srimad Bhagavatam message for you is from the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Proper household life begins with maintaining oneself for Dharma. That's a meditation verse for you. Now, moving on to Pisces. Good luck, Aquarius. Moving on to Pisces. So if Pisces is your ascendant, self-image, health, redirection, renewed sense of identity, these will be retained for you. And the shadow work could be merging with others to find your sense of self-worth. So you may want to take a look at that. And if your moon is in Pisces, then the patterns could be martyrdom, blurred boundaries. An opportunity during the eclipse time is compassion without entanglement. And if your sun is in Pisces, identity as an empathic savior. So the opportunity for you during the eclipse time would be empathy with clear boundaries, love without self-erasure, individuality. And the remedies can be very effective and efficient during these eclipse time would be grounding yourself with yoga, with pranayama, with breathing exercises. Also something very basic, like always keep your nails cut and short, tie your hair. If you're a lady, don't leave your hair completely open because these energies can be very negative. It doesn't ground you. And water Tulasi every day. Worship of Tulasi can be very, very empowering. And a Srimad Bhagavatam message for you is from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. Rivers overflow in rain, but they return to course. So serve fully. That's the way to return to your center. Serve the Lord, serve people in your life for the pleasure of the Lord, and take care of yourself. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much for tuning into this video today. This eclipse is not here to punish you. It's not here to punish us. It's here to strip away what's been weighing you down so that the light can touch places you've been afraid to look at. Every ascendant shows where the shift will be visible. Every moon shows what your heart will feel and heal. And every sun shows you who you are becoming through all these experiences. If you resist, it will feel like a loss. If you align, it will feel like liberation. And the sages remind us that when the sky darkens, it is the perfect time to go inward, because the Lord hides from the outer light so that you can find Him in that inner flame. So let this eclipse become a sacred door to reaching out to God, reaching out to Krishna, where He is always open to stay in touch with Him. We shouldn't always go by what the world says. Remember, the real eclipse is when you let your own shadows block your soul. The real sunshine is when we stop running from the light of Krishna within us. Chant, pray, let go, and let Govinda. Hare Krishna.